might be the fastest stream ever, man. Oh. But I wanted to say hi because I didn't know if it was going to get worse or better. And on the small, slim chance it got worse, I feel like it is better to get at least one stream up in here. What is good light? We also will probably be playing a little bit of ZZZ if I have some energy like that spurts up in my body or soul at some point. Also, ladies and gentlemen, forgive me if I look like absolute garbo. I have 1 hour of sleep and I'm like fighting a fever. So if I look like sweaty as hell, that's why. I just got done playing ZZ. Nice. So go to bed. Maybe we should. We're drinking the delicious Nero Citron, which is nighttime because it's all we had, so I'm going to be getting drowsy. But, already on 1 hour sleep. How bad could it get, right? Gang, how has your week been? Oh my god, dude. I am sick and tired of feeling sweaty. It is disgusting. Every moment of the day, your like body's soaked in like a thin layer of like cold sweat. And then every now and again, your body like violently shakes as if it's like freezing to death. Not great, all right? On a side thing, because this is it's not really relevant, but hey. Also, I wanted to do this for a while. I feel like that's just too big. That's what she said. This. Can I just make this? No. Why can't you just do the thing? That one. Also, I've seen some trailers. Let's make this tinier. We're way too massive, all right? I've seen some trailers of the new game. What is it called? It's coming out. It's like apparently it looks shitty, but then it looks good. But it looked pretty neat. Yeah, I want to show you guys this thing. This thing. Let's do this. Take an image of that. Pow, pow, pow. This. Capture. Oh, my throat. Every time I swallow, it feels like I'm like swallowing a pill that's like made of knives. It's not great. Anyways, dramatic nonsense aside, check this out. What do you guys think about this little controller here? It's got instead of having the D-pad buttons, it has a button right here. I thought that looks pretty cool. I don't know how easy that would be to press. What do you guys think? What do you guys feel? It's like a little double button up right here. I feel like it would make sense to put a button in between RB and the trigger, like just a thin button. Maybe not. Maybe if it was a little bit bulging out, then maybe. No, I don't know. Maybe this probably is the best weird solution to that. But yes. Oh, my body. Play. Also, apparently there was like an Xbox game preview. I had fucking no idea. Lone says go to bed. We'll be fine with no stream. Well, again, guys, this is the reason why we've decided to stream when we were feeling very deathly, or sickly, I should say. Definitely fair. It's worked. It's fine. Is because I don't know if it's getting worse or better. I have the feeling it's hopefully. I don't know. I just don't know, but. I wanted to touch base with you guys when I'm feeling like somewhat manageable. If it starts going downhill, I'll be like, gang, see you next whenever I'm better, So don't be too worried about me. I'm really willing to throw in the towel if things get a little too dicey. Also, what is this? It sounds like BioShock vibes. Nog says, sick and tired, being sick and tired. GRINN? Yeah, man, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. That's a great way to put it. Yeah, man. Oh, man. It's been a long time since I've been like sick. You know what I mean? Like where like I got into bed last night and I started having like that feeling of like, when you're starting to get like a head cold. So like your face feels kind of like pressurized. All the blood's like going to your head. And you're feeling like slightly headachy, but not too much. You just kind of feel like you're getting pressurized is the best way I can describe it. Anyways, I got into bed, and because your bed is always like almost always cold, it's like the sheets are cold. If you're having some sort of weird temperature thing and you jump into a cold bed, it's almost like your whole body. There's so much going on right now. I don't know what to make of it. It's some sort of Hideo Kojima weird shit. Anyways, point is, a New Dawn. Is that like Until Dawn? No, certainly not. Anyways, I should probably put something less interesting on screen. Yeah, I got into my bed, and dude, I started having violent shaking, like just violent shivering, I should say. And it was bad. It was bad. Also, I haven't shaved, and I look probably pretty gross because, again, sweaty. But yeah, Is what it is. Also, big motherfucking shout out to goddamn Lone and Fluff, who are. Fluff has some of the most unconceivable luck I've ever seen in my life. He did one 10 pull, just kind of like a Hail Mary, and he fucking locked down Bernice. First of all, good for him. Locked that shit down great. Lone had to go, I think, was it 120 or was it like 90? Lone had to go fairly deep to get Bernice. But he came out on top, got her, and she looks awesome. Again, I find I'm in the category of like, I don't have enough materials to level up the characters I do have, so even though Bernice looks fun and awesome, oh my god, I broke. You know what I mean? Like, I barely have anything to spend money on, so yeah. Also, have you guys seen that new game called, like, it's like Switch something? It's like Valorant meets like a card game, essentially. It's like a Valorant, but like there's these massive like card debuffs or buffs you can give yourself. They give you like aimbot and shit like that or something. It looked very neat. This looks like a very fake CGI trailer. Like, yeah. That was the most non-game trailer I've ever seen in my life. Like, the HUD's all over the place. Is it trying to be like the realistic gun sim thing? I don't know. Also looks like weird Power Rangers. Yeah. Light says, playing HSR right now. Which HSR again? Honkai Star Rail, is that right? Light says, I used to roll to see if I got Bernice because I love her, but I want Maybe. I didn't get Lucy or Ness. Yeah. I think you should hold up for Maybe. You've been talking all kinds of shit about Maybe. Hold true, my brother. Yes. Lone says, I got Bernice and Grace. Wait, so you got Bernice? Oh, so you failed the 50-50 and got Grace? That's not terrible. Grace is awesome. I don't know if her constellations are cracked. I don't know if her constellations are cracked, but very cool. Bernice is oh yeah, and you also got her engine. Also, because Lone's just a wild boy, he leveled her up to like maxed out within the first day. Also, this looks actually extremely interesting. This is like one of those weird Yakuza games, but this time it's like fantasy based. That seemed like a lot of fun. I don't know if it's actually fantasy based or if it's some sort of weird like theme park, but regardless, neat. I love the idea of like, yeah, just being like the Yakuza games were always like a weird fantasy nightmare. Let's just like have them be isekai'd, you know? Light says, I may be like that when I get my just have her fully sent. I'm not sure what about the next character I'm gonna get. I thought it might have been lighter, but the more I think about it, I don't know. It's a little wishy-washy. I don't know. I gotta wait. I gotta bide my time a little bit more. I would love lighter, but it's kind of like, again, like I said, the main issue I'm having right now is I'm just like, I'm spent. Like I'm no money. I'm trying to build Piper. It's slow. And yeah, so it has not been great. Also, would coffee, you think, help? Or would it be worse? Probably would be, let's try it. Fuck it, right? Probably better drink the coffee now opposed to later. That's not good. The Neocitrin isn't good either, but that's super not good. And it's nighttime Neocitrin, which isn't doing fuck all, so yeah. Let's jump into ZZZ. Coffee's disgusting. Let's pop into the game. This is fun. I'm happy we have this in the background if I ever need to like get a minute, because I will. Yeah. Oh, that's disgusting. I gotta drink something else, actually. Oh. We're loading into the game. Also, you know what's weird? I was like mad craving Doritos. Like when I'm like fucking shivering in the middle of the night. Dude, again, I can't describe, like, maybe I'm just a total, it's still logged out. Maybe I'm just a total bitch about it. Could be, but I was, it feels like, what do you call it? It feels like agony, like a little bit, like you're trying to sleep and you're shivering like crazy. So you're trying to like focus on your breathing so you get calmed down, so you're not shivering as hard. And then it's like, oh, surely, like we've been doing this for like 2 hours. You look at it's been like fucking 20 minutes, and you're like, oh no. And then you start getting a headache, and then your body starts like it's like it just keeps getting hotter or colder, so that you want to put more covers on, but then your head starts feeling drunk because you're so fucking like heat stroking yourself essentially. And you're sitting there just for like hours and hours and hours. It gave me like this is dramatic, but for people who were like terminally sick. I've heard some dark things from people who are terminally sick, and I get it. I don't get it. I can never get it. Sorry, that's a very but I am understanding of sometimes how bad it's like. It's just agony, 24 hours a day. Like that's tough, you know. Oh, but we're loading in the game. Hopefully, it's not gonna show my email. If it is, fuck it. Say a fake email because I made reroll accounts. Anyways, Lone says no one using text to speech today. Lone says I didn't have Grace. Oh, I thought you had Grace, Lone. Oh, okay. Before that, I want her, so I thought I could have sworn maybe it was Fluff I'm thinking of, but I thought I said someone have Grace. But we're gonna go ahead and play Bernice, and I'm gonna get sad. Actually, I can't feel much, so we're probably gonna be fine. Yes. Also, you know, just because we're trying to like embody empathy right now, maybe people who do drugs like heroin and some shit, maybe that's also why. It's because they just feel so shitty all the time, mentally depressed, all that stuff, to where it's just to get away. And I didn't really get that beforehand, but now, oh my god, if tonight goes the same way it went last yesterday, then I just drug me up. Get me out of there. I don't want to be present for that level of ick. Okay, let's go to this. I'm a little bit scattered. Where is it? Also, we have so many events. It's slightly overwhelming. Maybe is that not done yet? Oh no, I finished that. I finished that. Also, these people need to be stopped. Like that is, I will say, I think Bernice is the most sexualized person ever. Like, and it's not even close. Yeah, it's not even close. Yeah. Where is the test run? Oh, also, I did beat the Shiyu defense. I beat that. Shout out to me. Ha! I thought I wasn't going to be strong enough, but I was. Barely. It was like chopping down a tree at the last phase, but hey. We got where the hell is the test run? Am I blind? Is it not an event? Oh, it's right there. I'm blind. I'm blind. What's her special thing? How do we see that? Is it this? No, that just brings me to that. There we go. All right, let's test. They cooked? Yeah, cooked rock hard, probably. Anyways, my throat. Whenever I swallow again, it feels like I'm getting the right side of my throat feels like it's getting stabbed. I don't know why it's so specific, but yeah. Hold the text. Yeah, we do this. We double tap it. I don't know the nuance of it. Apparently, also like the fact that they have a limiter on Bernice about like, hey, you have heat. It's like it's just a non-issue. It's tap and then follow up a tap, bang, like that. Solid, decent amount of this. Now, do we hold charge? Yeah, we do. We hold charge. Is it loud? It might be loud. I might be quiet too. I'm not as enthusiastic. Oh wait, is there no sound coming through? Gang, you've been listening to nothing. It's just been my dumb voice in the background. Well, shit. What a bad stream. I mean, we're already kind of boasting a poor average as it is, but yeah. Where is the thing? Is it this? There you go, gang. Damn. You guys are too good to me. Yeah, you're like, oh, you hear silence and just your voice? What a shit show.
Yeah. Yep.
She's anomaly. Yeah, she's gonna get tons of AoE. Which is weird because, I mean, I know that Jane Doe is technically considered anomaly, but she doesn't feel very anomaly based. Like her Y is a very specific individual like spin kick, like more like a series of front flips where you're slashing somebody up, but it's like a specific damage attack. And then her like basic attack also is very like specific. It doesn't have very much AoE at all. The only thing that has a lot of AoEs are alts. I guess when she does her counter dodge, she does have like this more like AoE based attack. But yeah. What do you want from me? Basic attack, mix, flame, blend, hit, and an enemy switch to squad mate attack, trigger, afterburn. What? Basic attack mix.
Like that.
What do you want me to do here, game? Basic attack, mixed flame, blend, hit, an enemy. I did that.
Catman 11,234 said the motherfucking Grin himself. Love watching you zone these zeros.
What's good, Cat? Cat, I feel like death. Like death incarnate. It's not good. Oh, I know what it wants me to do. So I'm being stupid. It wants me to switch to a different person to then affect its weird shit. Where's like this. Bop, 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 bop. How is the day going though, Cat? This might be a short stream to see if anyone's new. Just be, not new, but yeah, I feel like shit. So we might tap out. Just to speak clear. Why is she fucking stunning people so much? There's no reason for that man to be stunned. Also, her whole like discharging of like heat, kind of mid. Doesn't feel very good. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's not bad. It's like I think in most things when you think about a lot of the stuff in Zenless. Also, people keep saying it's like ass. That shot, I don't feel like it's that much ass. I feel like it's very mild, very milquetoast. But anyways, I'm
On the road. Hyper.
so now we can do this. Is this the thing?
You kids are burst. Out of my way. Like that. Bernice, I'm here to help.
Is Lucy stagger maybe? Very cool. I don't regret not getting her. She is very cool, but I don't know. I'm also feeling shitty today, so I could be just that, like, you could give me the
Lone
most
Syndicate
ideal
said
character.
you have to play her ult animation at 0.5 speed grin. Only then you'll see it.
No, I see her little cheek push, like push up kind of thing. It's just not. It's not wild, you know. It's just kind of like okay, yeah. Like what was it? There's one of these characters who has like a genuinely weird like ult activation where it gets weird. Oh, sorry, swallowing hurts. These kinds of things. I wish this character gets an S tier equivalent and isn't a child. I would be very cool. But I love like the fact that we get like little tiny summon boars. Oh, so we can summon boars even if we don't. That's awesome. Even if we don't have any energy. That's really cool. I did not know that. That seems wildly
Catman
good.
11,234 said Lone. Grin's definition of ass is double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon.
It's true. It's not wrong. Same thing with thighs. If you give me some like like little tiny legs, like some like Asian model legs, not good enough. Okay. Now, if you also give me some sort of crazy Brazilian thing, that might be too much for most men to handle. But hey, shout out, all that. This. Boom. Boom. I did not know that. So when you're playing Lucy, you want to almost like switch to a bunch of enemies. Sorry, like spam your E skill irrespective of anything, because it will just summon in your little gang. I did see a video, by the way, Fluff sent it to me of, also, what do you call it, Lone, before I forget, your art was beautiful, man, fucking fantastic. Sorry, I'm half baked right now, but I did see it was great. I also don't think we had enough time last time to acknowledge it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah! End of the line!
Here I come.
Go.
Really? Is there no end?
Go. I wonder what her ult is. It's not like
A beautiful shooting star.
pretty good, pretty solid. Again, I'm so sad that the gun guy that we have is what he is. It's just an unfortunate thing.
This. Move it.
It's my turn.
I'm sorry, the reason why it's sad is because
I'll take you.
I can't think. Sorry, like this. That.
Out of my way.
It's just disgusting. It just feels like you're shooting a giant magnum revolver and it sounds like you're firing a Nerf gun. It's just pathetic. How dare you?
Feel the power of Starlight.
Slowly taken away. See, this is the part where it makes you feel like, man, these characters suck because they can't even melt down this guy because they give him like 2 fucking artifacts and nothing is like completely desync with what they want.
Time for the real.
Death incarnate. That's awesome. It doesn't feel awesome. It feels very bad. Oh, swallow hurts so badly. Catman says the day is good. Got my date this weekend. Ooh, got a date? Ooh, what kind of date? With whom, may I ask? 1 class until college graduation. I feel like a high schooler again. Oh, I got me a date. What was this? Can you tell me the circumstance? I'm a big, what's it called? That sounds kind of cringe, but I hope it's romantic. I like hearing about all that kind of stuff. So yeah, well, how did you meet this person? My dumbass says like the library. Who the fuck goes to the library anymore? But maybe for a college. I don't know. Oh.
Get away from me! What's this?
Oh. Reload. Got it. Yeah, but I hope there's better gunner characters eventually. Hopefully there's one with deagles. Even though deagle's a very inefficient weapon, but still very cool nevertheless.
Lone Syndicate said in the city where neon shine Jane's rat tail flicks Ellen's shark teeth, grind Kitty's bounce and cheeks so tight they own the game they like the night tids. Cheeks, they steal the show.
The voice couldn't keep up with that level of all that. Oh.
What's this?
In the city of the night shine James rat tail flickers Ellen's sharp teeth grinding Kitty's bad. Damn! Someone frame that sentence. I would prefer if it was lost to the ages, but hey, this.
Feel the power of Starlight.
Also,
Nice
we
one,
got
Billy.
what's her name? Which actually I don't know if I have Thorn maxed out. I thought Thorn was freakishly high up in the total pool now that I have her. Weirdly, also enough, the Thorn is actually very like built.
Watch out! Over there!
I wonder which is better, Thorin C6 or the what's this guy? The gun guy. This guy.
Live in my
Caesar's
sight.
brother.
Whoa! Let's move!
Nice one, Billy.
Let's do this.
Wanna run? Get it!
Easy target. Perfect.
Rip to the goddamn one character, man. Thorn's the only one here worth her salt. Now that I play actual like physical characters, I know how to play them to some extent. It's all about anomaly build up and hot damn.
Fine.
She feels good to play.
Stand still.
Okay.
Chop.
Huh? I'm here.
Only identity.
Lone Syndicate said Ellen's fins sharp, Jane's tail in tow from Zenless Zone Zero. They break 3 titties cheeks, ruling the city.
Hello? What do you mean? I can barely hear the text and speech today because I turned down the audio because the game's loud. Talk about degeneracy. Because I'm sick.
I'm
I
here.
can't react properly. Nor clearly your insatiable freakish
Don't worry,
hunger
boss. I
loan.
got this.
Present.
Die. I want to be done. Stop off, Thorin. Thorin's the best. Not great damage, but hey, at least right now. But, hogwash thing. Die, man. Oh, Lone Glenn's definitely that. Also, you gotta watch her trailer, Glenn. Which one? I do see Zenless trailers pop up every now and again. I gotta watch them. Someone framed that sentence in pen or something. Met through Hinge. Due to work and then school right after, there's no time for anything else. It makes sense. Makes sense. I've heard what is Hinge. I've heard Hinge before. I don't know what it actually is. But I've heard the name. Also, we are in the process of building Piper. Barely. As I'm just so behind on. If it's not money, it's something else. And yeah. Also, my nose is starting to block itself, and I hate it. I want to go,
hello there.
Push
How
some air
about
through.
a Tin Master special for a little pygmy?
I'm so sweaty.
Sometimes stopping to take a break.
Lone says,
can help
I
you go
had
further."
shared the song with you guys at
Catman 11,234 said Hinge is Tinder, but for people who aren't whoring around. So defined by a friend of mine to get me to try it.
Okay. Defined by interesting. That's not bad. That's good. I did hear people say that if you're ever do those like weird dating site things or phone app things, it's very strange that like all it takes is a few good pictures to like, you know, if you hired a guy for like I think it's $150 or something, get a photographer to run around and take some pictures of you. And you get one like in like a tuxedo or some shit, not tuxedo, but like a suit and tie or some shit, and all that stuff. It ends up working out. In a weird way, like basically just that, like so many of those social media apps are kind of like based on what you look like, you know, and the vibe that you kind of give off. So if you were to go into that knowing that, and you were to basically be like, hey, what if I just start with my best foot forward, and you hired someone to take really good images of you, and then you could basically go and do really well. But to your point, it's almost like you're building a kind of like a system of narcissism a little bit, or not a system of narcissism. Sorry, what is it called? It's a system that rewards narcissism. That's what I meant to say. So if you wanted to find something that starts quite that'd be interesting to find. Yeah. I don't know, man. It sounds weird, but I feel like. Now you make a good point, though, Kat. Yeah, you're saying like there's only it's like the only way that I can get like find time essentially to basically pursue anything like this is this. Like it has to be an app. It has to be something I'm already like easily to do. But for me, man, I was going to say, I feel like I would rather like go to a college and like take a home ec class or some shit, like how to make food, and hope that you find some people there. Maybe to go to like conventions, and shit. Granted, I do think that's how you meet psychopaths that like stab you in your sleep, probably. So you know, I'm sure your mileage will vary across the board. But yeah, the journey of love seems to be rather complicated ever still. I got some money. I finally unlocked you. Alrighty. Let's go to this. Did she reach her final level? She did, and she is so costly to level up. We could probably keep her at 50 though, and it'd be fine. It'd be chill. Let's start leveling up her abilities and shit. Oh, my throat hurts so fucking bad. That. We don't have enough for that. Is there a character that I'd rather put that investment into? Not you. Not you. So you're fine. She can take all those resources. Alright. I think that her Y is the only skill I should be like pumping like crazy. And honestly, we just need money is what I keep coming to. But I think we do want to level up her weapon to not be complete and utter shit. So that's probably something I should just do. I still need money. Money's still the ultimatum. Dang it. Oh. I got lucky. A friend of mine from college was a professional photographer, so I've got some Men Q GQ magazine style pics. That's be how it is. What? that's awesome. Is what I meant to say. Oh, my nose is so stuffed. But yeah, man, I thought that's awesome. Like that's what I thought it would be like if you were serious about like trying to find a partner. It is shitty, but like a lot of those sites I do think reward like the surface level thing. And it's not that you can't still like show what kind of person you are, like have an image that's nicely shot about you playing like a video game or something like that, so that you're not like projecting something that you're not. Oh, I'm so sorry, my nose. Also, wait, I could play my other character. Let's do that. Let's back out. Otherwise, I suck at taking photos. Yeah, man. Again, I think it's not as expensive as you think it would be. I think it'd probably be $250 would be probably like on the high end of taking photos. But maybe I'm warped. I don't know. Maybe I'm off. But I think that's how it would probably be. I wouldn't imagine it would be brutal as far as the money. But that's my new team, by the way. I don't have it fully leveled up. I'm so sweaty. I'm soaked. I'm fucking soaked in sweat. I hate it so much. You know when you have like a new hoodie that you put on and you start sweating and you're like, fucking no. This nice new hoodie that I could have worn for like 2 days. I can't now because I'm disgusting, and I've just been born to be a disgusting monster. Did I tell you guys how much Jane Doe is awesome? I still think I need to find like
Seems
more
like an infestation.
Because I do find I just don't have just enough anomalies. Like I find I have to hit stuff just too much. You know?
Catwin 11,234 said sweaty, sore throat, ready. Green with all the debuffs.
Dude, it's not good. That's awesome. My first couple hits with her are free. Yeah, she is. Why did she have more clothes on? Anyways, yeah. Cat says college/any in-person shit is way better than online. I just wish I had yeah, no, man, that makes sense. Also, again, I don't know, man. I'm curious, Cat, and also Lone. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that like you could connect with someone? Basically, if I were to give you like, let's say, 20 people in a room, and I were to like tell you that, oh, like one of these people. I'm trying to find a right way to put it because I'm trying to get an answer out to like differentiate an answer out of the two. Let me be just more clear because I'm too sick to think of a proper way to fish this out. Do you guys think that like you could fall in love with anybody, or do you think that there's like a specific type of person that you could fall in love with, that like you would deeply admire, deeply like, or something like that? Well, which one are you? So the question, I guess, is like, do you believe in that like love can be fostered and grown, or do you believe that love is much more like magic? Like there's a person out there in the world and they're your soulmate and they love you so much based on nothing, and it's not just all chemicals blowing up in your brain constantly. I'm showing my cards here, but hey, I'm so sweaty. All right, let's I also think we need to so many things. This.
Touch my tail.
Also, Caesar's level 55. I push past.
Only
All right,
one. A new case. Is it work?
Let's level up your weapon. One tick. There it is. Do I not have enough material to level you up all the way? I don't. Good. See, that's what I mean. We're like basically just stuck being violently poor, and it's tough. That's fine. 30% is okay. It's so hot. It's so hot in here. Mo says, Grin, please rest. I'm doing great. Thank you very much. I look beautiful too. I feel it. I feel so good. Guys, no, but seriously, if I do fall, there's moments where it got like a little bit bad. I'm like, oh, I should probably stop. I took a little bit of coffee. I'm doing okay. Again, I'll chill. But again, it'd be really shitty for me not to have any stream to say hi to you guys, get catch up on what's been happening in all lives, because I look forward to it. It's a hangout that I deeply enjoy having in my life. I gotta catch up. I wouldn't have been able to understand or know that our boy Cat has a date and how cute that is. I've got a type for sure. What's the type? Can you hit me with it? What that type be? Sorry if that's too personal also. But I've experienced the magic type only once, and it's pretty cool. Damn cool and cute. She's gone though, that's it. I was gonna say though, man, I don't think I've ever experienced that. I don't think I've ever been in love once. Not my whole life. Yep. It sounds depressing when you say it loud like that, but I don't know. It's kind of terrifying if I did feel that. Then you'd always like yearn for it, or like, yeah. For me, I haven't felt anything like that. I mean, I have family that I love, like that, but I don't imagine that's the same exact thing. But yeah, you know.
Let's take a break.
I'm gonna fucking throw it every time as well. Good. Alright, we need 8 of these, and I do have enough money to get them. I could have crafted them perhaps, but it's fine. I'm sure this will be enough to push us over the edge. Cat says, I definitely go after my type more than others, but
Catman 11,234 said, sorry if this is a rough question, but you've talked before, Grin, how you've set aside dating for the pursuit of YouTube. Do you regret that at all?
I don't regret really anything, man. I try to regret a lot of stuff. How do I put this properly? Even if things don't work out, let me ask you a question, Kat. If you, for instance, strived every single day of your life to be healthy, like to go to the gym, to care, to try to live, and to try to live long. Maybe you have family members that you deeply love. Maybe you have a companion that you deeply need to be strong or healthy or you want to be better for. You try your hardest every single day. And what happens if you get hit by a car, a bus, or get sick, or get cancer? If you were on your deathbed dying, would you regret the life that you lived? I don't think, at least to me, I don't think I would. Now, I don't know everyone else's
Raidnade
circumstance.
said, hi Grin, how's it going, my friend?
Hi, Raid. We're a bit under the weather, buddy. But anyways, Kat, yeah. To me, I can never be ashamed of something that is like it to me was like a sacrifice that I knowingly made for the pursuit that I deemed worthy. And to me, I don't know. Like again, I don't know why, but I'm the kind of person that is very much. I'll just make peace with it, you know. So like, oh, say if I died tomorrow, I'd be like, okay. At best, I just want to like. I'd probably tell my parents, upload a video telling my people how much I appreciated them, you know, like I wouldn't want to leave you guys like, where'd he go? You know, say if what do you call it? I end up dying alone because I pursued these certain things, and by the time I get out in the world and I start balding because I'm starting to get older. Maybe I've lost like the thread. Maybe I just don't have as much experience as other people, so on and so forth. I don't know if I'd regret it. To me, it's all like just choices that you made. And the choices that I made weren't like devoid of other wonderful, beautiful things, you know. Like there's a thing that I love, and it's like a weird tale, but it's basically, I'm gonna butcher this because I can't think proper right now because I'm on so many fucking Tylenols and drugs. But it's a story of what happens if you got to the end of your life, and you were beseeched by a figure in a hood, that basically approached you and said. You'll have to live through every single moment of your life again, every choice that you have made, all over again. Would you look at this being as a horrible monster that's going to pull you through your trauma, all the choices you made, which were horrifying, or would you look at this creature like it's a benevolent god? Now, what's the difference between the two? To me, and this is what the kind of I think philosophy of it is, but. Do you have a moment in your life that's truly perfect? Like some sort of thing? For a lot of people, it's like the birth of their kids. Maybe it's falling in love for the very first time. Sure, you can hyper-focus on the choices you made in your life and how maybe some of the ones were bad. Maybe you have to go through something terrible. Maybe you got bullied. Maybe you got other horrible things happening to you in your life. But I think for a lot of human beings, all it takes is like a handful of truly, truly beautiful moments for you to be like, oh, yeah, let's take it for another spin. Like, so long as I get to experience that again, the birth of your child, dancing at your wedding, so on and so forth, like, take me for another ride. And you look at that being not as a demon who's trying to, like, you know, make you live your whole life again, but instead, it's going to take you on a trip once again. There's a game also very similar to this, which I always wanted to play, but it's called, like, I think it's called, like, Don't Blink Twice, or Don't Blink Too Fast. But it's basically a game where your life is, like, constantly flying by. And every single time you blink, it jumps you to like your teens, all these other things, you know. And to me, I don't know, I find that to be true. Like again, try to enjoy as much of the moment as possible. Like, yes, I could get hung up on myself about like you know the sacrifices I made in the pursuit of my dream, or this thing that I find meaningful, which is creating content and silly videos for people. But also, I could just enjoy what is, instead of like worrying about what I've potentially given up by having made choices, you know? Not to say that one is correct or the other. Like, we all have to get to the end of our road and be like, well, yeah, maybe that wasn't the best choice, or maybe that was the perfect choice, or I don't care if it was the right or wrong choice, because I'm happy either way, you know? So happiness isn't restricted to one of those choices. But yes, Cass says, damn, Grin, that's why I don't think it's wise, but thank you, I appreciate the sentiment. Glad your wisdom stat isn't affected by all the debuffs. Thanks, man. If anything, I feel like I'm operating on a weird half-baked mind. If I say anything crazy, it's not me, it's the drug. It's the Tylenol that are
Let's make this quick.
nighttime equivalent, so I should be tired. I'm also operating on 1 hour sleep. Hey, yeah.
Take them all.
I like to big things also. Oh, the Ray popping. What's good, Ray, my boy? Ray says, damn, sorry to hear about that. Hope it feels better. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate you, buddy. What you been up to today? Anything crazy happen? I'm sweating, boy. Shit, Grin, you talk like you have a deathly illness or something. I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to talk like I have a deathly illness. It's just I've thought about stuff like that. And I think I feel like as much as I can say all that, there's times in my life where that shit gets like, I'm sure you guys are, you know, none of you guys feel that way, where like you ever get to a point where even if you know it's wrong, you still have like thoughts that pop up in your head, like, man, everyone else in life seems to be killing it, and I'm just like still here, you know, I'm still like the start of the race. I feel like I'm fucked up in that way. What if people judge me and are saying this shit behind my back and are like what do you call it, judging me for the choices I made, when I don't regret anything, and it's unfair for them to do that. Yeah, you know, I have those thoughts quite a bit, so. And I have to kind of like temper my mind, so I have to find like an answer that it will keep me sane. So that's what I tend to do, but forgive me if it makes me sound like I'm being a little bit dramatic. Claim all my things. All right, Piper, I still haven't leveled up your gear.
Let's take a break.
Not gear's the wrong word. This weapon. Enhance. Can I craft this? Yeah, I don't have enough to craft all of them, I don't think. That's why it's like, hey, you could, but it's not gonna be much. Yeah, I'll do one more of those that I need to like get upgrade enhancement, I think. Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. I'm not. I got like a bubble in my chest and it's making me freak out. Also, Lone says, I have a type as well, but although I have a type, if I'm vibing with someone, I can alter my taste a little bit. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just like, I've talked to people about this as well. That's why I asked Kat, like, what would be your type be if you could define it. I'm also curious what Lone that would be. But like, to me, it may sound like juvenile and shit, but for me, like a big metric, you know, like you're a kid and you're like, hey, Sarah over there likes you. That to me did a lot. Does that make sense? Like someone being like really liking you, to me was already always like a really attractive thing, I guess. I don't know, but I know it sounds obvious, but like some people have very specific details of like what they're looking for in a partner, and for me, I mean, again, it's not that I don't have like interests. I think interest is a good way to find it. Maybe you guys would agree, like, okay, if I really were to like nail down my things, I think these are things I'm interested in and things that make me like lean in, but they're not the thing that like I'm looking for, I guess, in a partner. Yeah. Yeah. For me, I find that's how mine is. So the things like again, I think again, maybe because when I was in high school, I met this one girl who was super nice to me, super sweet. Her name was Lisa, and she was a goth girl. And boy, she was the sweetest human being I've ever met in my life. And she's always, unfortunately, saddle tracked. It made a bit of part of the job. But what do you know? I look at that like style with a lot of like reverence. Mostly because I just think about her, I guess.
Take it easy.
Yes, bop, 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 bop. Oh. I need to blow my nose. We can probably just clearing it as I need. Is the game volume too loud? Thank you, Ray, for telling me. I wasn't sure, buddy. I'll pull it back a little bit. Appreciate that. Also, I think I'm talking quieter too, so it helps. What was I saying? Oh, so yeah, the whole like, goth girl aesthetic, or like, I don't even say goth girl aesthetic. It was like rock and like girl who's like a brunette who is rocking a rock and roll T-shirt. I mean, shit like that. That's nice. Also, I enjoy like I don't know. I'm not very attracted to like, how do I put this properly? Like a girl wearing a lot of pink, and like has like a very expensive purse, and all that. Like that's not very. It's not a big thing for me, like it just seems like it just signals lots of work. I don't know. I don't know. Perhaps that's one-sided to think of like that, but yes, that's not where my brain necessarily goes. So sleepy. Well, guess what? You best get ready to work. Okay, now we can finally start leveling up these damn things and hope that they don't roll like shit. Oh, swallow and pain. Defense stat, HP stat, defense stat again. Alright, well, die. Die in a fire. This, enhance. Defense stat. Critical rate. What? Oh, I don't have any money. Oh, I don't have any money. We're not going to be able to get that much money anywhere from the leftover resin that I have. This game sucks. No, we can't. Yeah, we have no. We can burn some resin on money. Is that a good idea? Probably not. Oh wait, what the fuck? Yeah, use up some of that. 60 with a 2.
Lone Syndicate said, "Holy crit stats."
I know, not bad. Oh, my throat. Shit, Grin, you touched it. Cat says, you saying half baked makes me think of the Canadian stoner stereotype, but I know that ain't you. No, I'm not big into anything like that. I don't even like to drink. I think I've had like probably like a beer's worth. No, I did get drunk one time because I wanted to know how it felt like, and I just did it in the quiet solidarity of my room, which makes me sound like a serial killer, I realize, but I just want to know what happened to me when I got drunk. I just get very chatty. I just get like hyper, wanting to talk, which makes sense because my natural personality is pretty like I wouldn't say melancholy, but like reserved, I guess. Yeah. We're good to go, I think.
Seems like an infestation.
And it's so bright. So many bright colors. I should stop canceling that. I actually could probably use my shield, using an overshield and all that. Ray said, I'm just chilling playing Star Rail.
11,234 said, I'd love to run into you at a bar and have a drink with you and just pick your brain, Grin, as long as you don't serial kill me.
I mean, it's a 50-50 whether you're going to kill me or I'm going to kill you, and I would bet not on me. But I'm sure you'd bet not on you as well, so maybe we'll be fine. But I don't know, man. Yeah, I feel people, I don't know if I've always felt like I'm not the guy to... I have like -10 wisdom, so to speak, about things. I'm the last person who would want to like lead anybody, because it just seems like there's so much complexity in it and so much work in it and so much like the scale in order to do a good job about like with philosophy and all that stuff. As much as I love philosophy to death, it just seems like it's such a, I don't know, it seems like a lot, you know. I mean, anyways, on the topic of like just hanging out and talking, that's fine. But I feel like. The notion of wisdom and me having it has always been an uncomfortable one that I'm like, oh, dude, being still at the start of the race, it took me 6 years of college to get a 2-year degree, so I feel you there. No, but yeah, I don't feel like that's wrong, though, what do you call it, Cat? Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that's like, I don't ever feel like you should beat yourself up for that. Because again, it's like irrespective of if you're if you've won or not, you're still showing up every day to take a step forward. Even if you stumbled a couple times, as long as you never give up, and then you eventually seek victory, then I don't think any of that really matters, you know? But yeah. Ray says, also, yeah, I've definitely felt similar before. I've had many thoughts and concerns about my future, but I'm slowly getting better at living in the moment. More taking life one step at a time. Yeah. That's a great way to put it. That's a good way to look at things through, for sure. Yeah, for me, again, it's tough. I'm not sure what the right answer is, but I don't think there's, again, if you just be really analytical about it, I don't think you constantly thinking about your shortcomings does much. I do think you having like those negative emotions associated with yourself, I do think is actually like biologically written to your brain. So the most change-orienting emotion in the human mind is negativity. So like you being frustrated, you being upset with yourself. These are all emotions that help your brain realize that something's not working and that you're upset about it and how to change. It's just as in the same way as like I got this split keyboard thing and I'm trying to learn how to use it properly. And I know that if I use it up until the point in which I start to get frustrated and I don't give up, and then I go to sleep, my brain recognizes that I was frustrated for like pretty long bits of time, and it almost analyzes your failures so that you can basically not make them again. So even how you learn and how you grow is by basically going through life and experiencing frustration or heartache or whatever, and then your brain having to kind of like patch your mind and solve problems in your head, which is why it's probably good to not be too, like, I know some people, it seems like with therapy and the culture of therapy and all these things, that people are really terrified about, like, when you feel a little bit somber sometimes, when you feel a little melancholy, when I think it's probably your brain probably trying to, like, it's not even your brain, I think it's your whole observational skills working for you, kind of being like, hey, I think we're kind of better than this, we can probably do more, or I think we both pick it up that something needs to change, and I'm going to shove a bunch of negative emotions down your throat, just to kind of be like, hey, are you ready to change? Because these negative emotions won't stop until you get cooking, get changing. Defense. No. Oh, this is percentage. This one's doesn't seem terrible as far as the outcomes are oriented. Oh yay, it gave me defense stat. Anomaly proficiency is actually huge. Penetration rate, not the worst. Anomaly proficiency, not the worst. I gave me defense at the end there. Ha. Could be worse. It's not bad. Enhance. Go. Penetration rate. Oh, this is an absolute win except for attack. Watch it go into attack all the time now. And I'm broke. And I'm broke again. God damn this game. I'm so sweaty.
Lone Syndicate said Piper doesn't benefit that much from crit much at all.
Well, great. Well, great. Let me guess. It's all same as fucking Jane, where it's all anomaly based.
Should I use
yeah, because Jane, isn't that her special thing, is that she can crit on her thing? So maybe Jane can actually benefit from crit more than what's her name?
Touch a new case.
Well, I wonder if I have her on something else like this. Is this crit? Crit base? It is. I don't know. I don't think I have a better one that's not critical base. Maybe anomaly rate? No, it's ice. Never mind. That's why I'm fucking up. I'll have to have you guys help me MacGyver my one girl around to see if she can become better. Oh. And close. Alright, gang. We did all of our ZLZ things. Doesn't this game look cute? I'm so sweaty. Raid says, I did loan. She seems pretty good. Interested probably is a better way to put it. Like, I have interest in all. Yeah. I was gonna say, I think a lot of, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like, I don't know. What I was saying, I watched, sometimes fucking, I watch one video of, like, a very wholesome blonde lady, talking about how, like, like dudes are getting a bad rap in some cases, and I'm like, yay, that's nice, a nice perspective I haven't seen in a little bit. And then YouTube just starts fucking sending me like a bunch of fucking red pill crazy shit about people being like women are all bitches and shit, and I'm like, damn, man, I just watched this one video, relax. Anyways, but I was gonna say, I was watching one of these fucking videos popped up. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but basically there was a survey where it said, and I wanted to ask you guys a survey on what you guys would say. If you were able to meet a partner that had 80% of the things you liked, what would be your emotions? So if you're able to meet a partner that had 80% of the things you wanted,
Lone Syndicate
what would be your
said,
emotions?
yo, Mickey Mouse walking around shooting people.
Yes. Black, that's what it is. Is it a black pill? It's black pill. I mean, it's not red pill, black pill then. But I'm curious what you guys think. If you guys were able to meet a partner that had 80% of the things you want, how would you feel? Huh. I'm gonna drink more of my Neo Citron. Actually, I'll drink a little of my Neo Citron and then wash it down with something comical. It's not good. Was that a whole ass container of apple juice, Grin? Yes, it was. No one's replying. I'm going to assume. Oh, Kat says 80% is TBH, more than I've gotten in the past. But hell yeah. Was there a fucking cobweb in my face? What is that? What is that? Oh, fuck, Subnautica 2. I didn't know that. What was that? It's just the trailer. It's nothing. Got it. Hell yeah, define 80% TBH more than I've gotten in the past. Hell yeah, my first true love was like 50 to 60 of a perfect woman for me. I was gonna say, so the thing that they did with this study is they basically asked men and women, and this could be bullshit, I don't know, it's gonna take a great stuff.
Lone Syndicate said 80%, not bad at all, that's a B. Right there, I don't need an A grade.
I was about to say, what they found when they asked this from women and men, like I think it was like 97% of men were all like, that sounds awesome. That sounds fucking amazing. Like 80%? That's like, yeah, that's so much. And most women were actually, I should say most, I think it was like around, I think it was like around 36%, maybe it was 40. But anyways, 36% of women said that would actually be not very good because that's settling. I think that speaks to kind of a problem with, again, one that I've never really felt like I've had, because again, I'm kind of like, I would hope to be able to get on with anybody, but I don't think that's a good baseline, is to be like, you can get on with this person. I'm hoping that you find someone who's sincerely kind and like wants the best for you, you know? But yeah, that was the thing that I heard, and I thought, and honestly, that kind of reflected in some capacity, like when I was growing up in high school and shit. It's kind of the sentiment I got, where like, like 80% was never good enough. It was always like, I want to find someone who's perfect, and I think it's insane. Ain't nobody perfect in this damn world, you know what I mean? Wild. Also, this is the anime I never got to watch, but it looked, dude, I seen, this is a real deep cut on nowhere. I seen that Fairy Tail like restarted its thing. As much as people with the anime community shits all over Fairy Tail, it was one of the first anime not first anime I watched, but it was one of the first anime that really like I got into. And then I got frustrated because it just kept playing off of the same bullshit and never like progressed with the characters in any way. It was all just like the same shit. After the Urza arc, where like the Urza arc where you meet the one guy, it's yeah. Anyways, point is they made they fucking wrapped up like a fucking 600 episode arc essentially in the Fairy Tail, and then I thought like they would like wait a couple years to like reboot it, but like given 2 years break, or not even that, they made like a Fairy Tail off like shoot like a number 2 like 20 years later or something like that. And fucking Natsu and these other girls are still not, Lucy are still not together, and it's just like this fucking person sucks. The person who's writing this stuff sucks ass. It's just like the most edging nonsense. It's just This looks cool, by the way. This also looks like an Unreal Engine tech demo. Also, Not bad at all, right there. That don't need an A grade. Yeah. Again, I think it's interesting that I think most people would be happy with. I also think most people would be, because like I think if you like say 80, like you can learn to love 20%. 20% is not that much to learn to love, or learn to be at peace with, you know. But yes, like the fact that like also it's kind of selfish a little bit, and on some people's end. Like say if there's a dude who has the same mindset. This is a dude who has the same mindset of like 80% isn't good enough because it's settling. I'd be like, well, dude, who the fuck are you to like demand perfection of the world? Like, this is insane. Like, you should absolutely be willing to accept the 20% as it is and try to like be at peace with it. You know what I mean? Anyways, okay, of course that's if maybe it's like cheating on you, probably not worth something. Probably not worth making peace with. Anyways, point being, yeah. Also, there was something that Kat said above here I want to not miss. Kat says, oh yeah, I never define my type. Small, short Asian women. That's hella specific. I am a tall dude, and dating small women is fun for me. I enjoy the dynamic, that part. Well, let me tell you, Kat, you're eating out here because hot damn, height is the unfortunate big. How tall you at, Kat? You're like 6'7" or some shit. I feel like that's when you get like you can call yourself tall. I'm 6 foot, and I feel like I barely make the cut. Yeah, I mean, I feel most people. No, I shouldn't say most people, but yeah. It's interesting though. It's always funny. It's always interesting to me because like when somebody tells you what their type is, in this case, it's small Asian woman. To me, I start thinking who Kat is, and like I'm like, is Kat like also an Asian dude? I mean, maybe I should fucked up that I shouldn't think of like the same ethnicity type that you're interested in is the same type of that. But yeah. Also, to be fair, most Asian women are quite small, so it's like, yeah, you could be like 5 foot something and still probably be like towering over them. But anyways, yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if I'm trying to think, like, I don't really know if I would define it like that. That's like for sure like that's a very specific type of person, you know what I mean? But for me, it's like, I don't know. I hope they be playful and very like maternally kind, maternally kind, like maternal as in, like motherly, sweet, like caring, and then be playful. Also, it's one of those things that's uncomfortable to talk about, but most dudes and most women are probably some version of your family, like your mom or your dad is probably in some capacity what you define as a caregiver of a kind, or a insert whatever as a kind, something that you find to be meaningful is a really nice way of putting it. I'm 6'2.5", and round down. Fair 6.2. That's decently tall. Yeah, especially with Asian women, you're not going to be fighting for your life out there. Although some people be crazy. Some people want like wild tall, and it's like, I don't know about that. Lone says, I like him tall, big, really, man. I don't know why. I don't feel.
Kaplan 11,234 said, if you know much about Sigmund Freud, he's talking about you, GRINN.
Who dat? Oh yeah, about this weird thing. I'm not yet. I wouldn't go that far. Sigmund Freud got a little wildin', all right. I'm talking about like general things, like if your partner was, if you're like your dad was very like goofy and silly, there's a high probability that you associate those traits with something that you connect with, I guess. I wouldn't go as deep as Mr. Sigmund Freud on that. Creepo. What was I gonna say? Something about I don't know, man. I feel like I always paint the picture like I'm like not very what's it called? But what Lone just said there, he said, I like a big tall breasted woman for me. And to me, I mean, but by all means, get after it. But to me, it's also like rings true to the same thing when like someone's like, who are you looking for in a person? And one of the first things that they say is like a tall dude who's a tall dude who like is clean shaven or something like that. And to me, I'm like, is that the first thing? The same way as that dudes always be like, I want big set of tits, and like you're like, man, God, and like it's not that I don't like massively enjoy these things, like sure, but to me, I'm like, man, you gotta have standards. How about someone who is nice to you? How about someone who when you come home every day after work or some shit is like very excited to see you, and wants to talk to you, and like I mean, maybe I'm just corny as hell. And again, I think a lot of things are awesome. I think there's a lot of beautiful ass people in this world. Again, I'm not saying I'm not just swayed by that, but don't enter with those things. But we're talking about a type, so maybe we should enter in them. The boob thing never made sense to me, gang. I don't understand. Yeah, the thigh, the boob thing, I'm like, okay. But like, I don't know why. It's just, out of all the things, to me, it feels very like milquetoast. Different strokes for different folks, for sure. Ha, words are hard. Also, fuck this, phasmophobia nonsense, yuck.
Lone Syndicate said, I thought those things are a given, though, like a good personality is a given.
No, yeah, I don't think so, though, Lone. Especially, like, maybe it's because I think a lot of shit is, like, most of, like, relationships and people and all that stuff are, like, really weirdly hard locked to LA. As a Canadian, at least that's what I've noticed. And LA is, like, notorious for having a very, like, a lot of self-esteem, sorry, what's the word? Self-obsessed, people who like really care about their like appearance and stuff like that. So maybe that's why I have this warped perception, but my perception is largely that I think a lot of people lead in with like the physical traits that they are most attracted to, which I don't think is like poor. Like I think of course you have to be attracted to the person you're interested in, but I also think there's a lot of things that just make you attracted to somebody. Like I was watching a podcast and it always makes me laugh because like the amount of people that are like, I don't want to be mean, but like the amount of people that are just like low-key in love with feet is wild. Like just an absurdly high number of people who love feet. It's always like the same thing where like I'm like this person and yep, they're talking about how much they like feet. It's not like you can tell, but it's like it's within like 2 sentences and they're about to reveal it. You're like, I know where this is going. They love feet. Yeah. What do you call it? The reason why I brought that up is because what was it associated with? Something that Lone just said. My dumb sick brain just got knocked off. I guess one of the things where I was watching a podcast where one of the dudes notoriously likes feet, and what do you call it? People are like, "You're disgusting. You're so gross." And in the back of my head, I'm like, "Listen, man, it's not my thing, and I'm sure it's not your thing. But you can't be telling me that if your wife, when you're like, or your girlfriend, maybe of like 2 years, something like that, you're trying to get spicy, trying to get crazy, and she starts doing stuff with her feet and your business, and you're just like, ew." Fucking yuck, dude! I'm soft. Like you're insane. You're like, of course you're gonna be like, I get into this.
Said loving feet is a genetic fuck up in some cases. The wires for feet and sex are right next to each other in the brain. Sometimes they get crossed.
Yeah, I seen the same. For me, I watched it on Huberman with Andrew Schultz, but what do you call it? Yeah. It's the same weird thing about like there's like it basically there's a reason for why you could have a proclivity to like.
Lone Syndicate said yes, immediately soft if it involves feet.
Really? Like completely? It's like to me that's just as weird as someone who's just like, furries are disgusting, yuck. And then like you can't really like they're I mean like what like to what scale? Like are we talking about like Max Furry where you're in a fucking whole lot like mascot suit? Yeah, that's gonna be rough, bud. But then I'm like, if your girl wore like cat ears and you're like, yuck, it's the same level of like, you're putting on a performance for somebody because this is weird. I was gonna say to Kat's point, I seen that same thing where it was it's basically can describe why like weird fetishes possibly arise, and one of the reasons was like, so for instance, why do people find like it's disgusting, but like feces, yeah. Why is that attractive? Why the hell is this like necrophilia even is a word that should not exist? And again, it's because the wire for your attraction and aversion is like right beside each other, and they're like missignaling each other, and then that can cause this warped attraction, I suppose. Also, I think probably same could be said for like kids and stuff like that, attraction to those kinds of things. Yeah, but yeah, it's just a weird thing. So related to I don't care what they do, but something is not the it's yeah. I wouldn't say it's their fault. I do think it's on you to like kind of temper your expectations, but yeah, to me I was just thinking about that one thing. I mean, if my girl wants to wear cat ears, I mean, do you? That's not on her same level as yes, it's interesting to me. I don't put it, but this is what I was trying to get at though. Like again. A lot of people can agree with like attraction is super important to like relationships and stuff like that, which I think I don't think anyone can deny. But to me, I think people don't put as much stock into like how much attraction can be made just by having like some imagination, just by having like some setup. Like imagine if you were really into like, I don't know, cosplay. You can let your mind wander how that could be fun. If you were really interested in like a massage, let your mind wander with that one as well. Like there's things, or like maybe a style, maybe like an outfit that you think is awesome. Like me, I think goth and shit like that looks rad. Yeah, like those kinds of things. So like attraction, I don't think is so limited to like those types of things. I feel like people don't communicate that very clearly. I think it's a lot of it's like tall guy or girl with big tits. And again, it's not that like some of you guys said that, and I don't think it's wrong. But to me, I think that's something that I just find is not said enough, is like attraction can actually be something that is like massively amplified by just having an understanding of what attraction is, you know, and how to basically leverage that, I guess, to your advantage, or like consider that when you're pursuing a partner. A cat says, cat ears, man, that's a weakness of mine. I've also read that feeling of arousal can overpower disgust. So if someone has enough instance of being both and at the same time, a fetish can develop. Yeah, well, I was going to say, Kat, there was another weird thing, which I don't remember enough. I have, like, fragmented memories of whatever the hell the study was, or whatever the hell this neurologist was saying. But it was something to the effect of, like, oh, how do I phrase it properly? Maybe it was exactly what you were saying about, like, discussing that overpowering everything. It was something like that, where basically, like something. There's a level of like fetishization that happens from exposure, basically. So again, maybe you watch too much pornography or something crazy, and you're like, it's not working as efficiently as it was because everything kind of dulls over time. So then you find something that's just a slightest bit more provocative. I think there's no better like fucked up lens to this than the anime Harada scene, where they have seemingly gone absolutely insane with everything. Yeah. But yeah, that's to the same point of like, as much as I do agree that your arousal and stuff like that can be skewed in all of these weird ways.
Lone Syndicate said also, Grin, going back to the boob thing, us boob guys are a rare breed, not many of us, so I'm jot surprised you don't understand.
Oh, what are you talking about, Lone? I think the boob guy is the far dominant species on this planet, for sure. I think for me, in my assessment of the world, it's been boob guys. Boob and blonde tend to be almost synonymous with one another. The second would be ass man. And then maybe like, I don't think thigh. I think thigh's like the eighth. I just don't know what would come in between. Is ass really not first? I don't think ass is first. Maybe now, but I always thought boo boo was first. Like I also think that's just like only recently, like, yeah, only recently has like Brazilian stuff and like Kim Kardashian weird stuff like that has popularized and massively pushed that metric. I think, you know, I think the ass thing was not the dominant interest, I should say, throughout most of history, unfortunately. I think it was always booba, and then recently there's been like a renaissance of ass man popping out, you know. But then we get people saying they're gonna like tongue punch somebody. It's a lot. But yeah. But also, it's not that I don't. You know, it's true. I don't understand. I don't really get it. It's the same thing of like when someone says like tall. Like when a girl says tall, I'm like, I don't understand. Like, and again, maybe it's not my lived experience, but like it is. I could not think of a more irrelevant thing that you experience like 0.1% of the time. Also, I'm not one of the people who are like not benefit. Yeah, like I hope I'm hoping I'm not coming across as like a fucking hurt person who's like, you didn't give me a chance. Like, no, we're chill. But yeah. Yeah, I think if you were to go fill it at hand, but as feels the that's a wild statement. Lone says, is it since sorry, it's that's a whole, so hard. I don't know why my brain's stroking it right now. Is since when ass guys take the cake followed by feet next. Oh, feet definitely one of them. Yeah, probably that makes sense. I definitely don't think that's the case though. I like it's also like the same thing that you could see. Like even if we were to go use, again, it sounds fucked up, but if you ever look at like the like dominant search results on the good old Hadida hub, it's evident that like Sigmund Freud was not insane, unfortunately, and also that it's always like Hadida job, yeah. I feel like face guys don't get enough attention, honestly. I feel like face guys should be there. I feel like most people are face people, honestly. It's face and then it's other things. If you're looking at like a person who looks rough in the face department and then has big booba, would that still be fine for you, Lone? This is the question, Lone, of a true connoisseur of Hadida. Would, if somebody had like a little bit rough face, not very pretty facial features, but had a decent pair of Hadida, would that be fine for you? Would that be entirely, if not, that would be entirely reasonable to say you'd be hyped? Next is midriff. Thigh. I think thigh is definitely lower than. That's insane. That's insane. Thigh ideology is a meme, but if you look at any other like statistical thing about like booba, and like booba's hard to track because booba is like damn near everything. There's like 6 different genres of booba, and there's not even a genre for thigh. It's just thigh. So yeah. Anyways, that's an insane topic to me. I think definitely, arguably maybe like now. I think throughout history it's been largely booba, but maybe now you could argue that it's ass then booba because there's been this kind of weird renaissance of like Kim Kardashian popularizing stuff. Like the Brazilian butt lift is huge right now too. So arguably now that's been the thing, but I don't think it's an argument for like booba has always been. If you look at like anything like Playboy, anything like that, it's always been the dominant thing throughout most of our current like history, etc.
Catman 11234 said, "What is this new ass Creed Black Flag JRPG fusion looking thing going on in the background?"
This is Yakuza, but it looks like it's like a weird isekai pirate adventure, which I prefer. I wish Yakuza would like do an isekai. I feel like it would work so well. And I feel like they would do like, yeah, also it makes sense, like a deadly Yakuza member who's like a Joker would like just crush a fantasy world because of course he's like ruthless but also knows how to fucking throw down, knows how to like run a gang, a guild, so to speak. Yeah. Oh, my nose. Lone says, I only came across one person who preferred boobs above all. Yeah, I just think that I think it's popular right now. I think it's really popular. I think honestly, I think things come in waves. Because I know people like ass was popping for a while, then it evolved into like eating ass, and then it evolved into feet. And now, I don't know what do you guys think the next thing is going to be? Collarbones? Seems a little weird to me. Eyes? I feel like face is just off limits. Face is just kind of like impossible to
Lone
comprehend.
Syndicate said, I'm more surprised that people are into midriff.
That's
like
weird.
Those kind of people are surprisingly high.
I don't think that's that one I'd have to see some data on though, Lone, because I feel like midriff is like a very specific thing. Same as like if we want to, like, there's a different conversation we're having if we're talking about the passionate community. So like how energized this group of people is. Sure, the midriff and the thigh community would be fucking juiced, like 100% ready to fight for the cause. Whereas all these other things, I think, are very like low energy. Like I don't know anyone who's going to war for booba. You know what I mean? Maybe ass, but yeah. But I think the dominant amount of like people per interest, it'd be that. I mean, if it's only a little rough, I don't mind. I mean, it's fairly rough. It's like you can unobjectively look at their face and say, like, I'm not attracted to your face, but booba is present and of a ideal size for whatever that would be for you. Cat says the next thing might be thigh gap. I mean, what do you call it? I like that meme. I love that meme, which is like girl built like Mewtwo, essentially. Ha! Ah, boy. I'm letting you know too much about myself, but it's like exactly what, like, again, booba would mean nothing to me, so the whole Mewtwo setup, crazy. Big, thick leg, god damn it. God damn it. Anyways. Thigh gap is an interesting one. Is that how like thigh people are gonna get theirs? I've heard of that as a desirable trait. Attack or I could see big hips being one, but I feel like that's just playing off of ass. You know? Grin, are you an Amazonian enjoyer? To a point. I do think there is a point where girl be looking like she's got too much testosterone running through her body that looks like you're gonna get punched in your sleep because you did something in a dream, and I mean like punched, like fucking waking up like bloodied, which is too much for me. But I do think like what do you call it? Yeah, like anyone who is what do you call it? Got some muscle on them, awesome, looks awesome. The issue I don't like is it's like the same thing with tomboy. Tomboy, unfortunately, especially with like anime, is always synonymous with like violent abuse. And I know it's an anime, it's all jokes, but it is uncannily freaky how often that is the case. Yeah, to where it's like, she's got some like boyish charms. By the way, she has all the negative parts of being a man, which is as an obscenely lack of control of their anger. Yada yada yada. And I'm like, how about no? How about like not that? You know, it sucks because you're like, I want this person who like is able to shoot the shit with me and have fun and be silly. Whereas I don't want the violent undertones that seem to permeate that. You know, Nagatoro doesn't. Nagatoro is not quite that. I'm talking about there's literally like there's an anime cat where it's literally about a tomboy person and she beats the fucking shit out of the main guy constantly, where he's like constantly wearing bandages and shit. Nagatoro is like a teasing thing. That one, would you guys be accepting of that? I don't know, man. What do you think about the whole Nagatoro thing? Just I'm curious. Like, if there was a girl who you really like the look of, was boyish, I guess is a fair way to put it. I don't know, boyish. I guess playful. I think playful is a better way to put it. She's playful and sadistic. Would you be able to manage? I don't know. A part of me thinks I don't know, man. I think I may have a part of my brain that's a little bit broken, which is like, is interested in like, how do I put it? I tend to find myself in heated debates about random subjects with people. Even though I don't have any like hatred or like I'm not trying to destroy their worldview or something like that. I just really like to talk about things like genuinely, like the reality of the world and things like that, and why you believe what you believe, and going through that whole nuance of that stuff. I like actual conversations about things, not like, what do you think about this? You know, I really like to get into things with people. And sometimes people have determined that to be an attack on whatever they believe, which is tough, but I digress. So anyways, my point is that I might have a part of my personality that is like genuinely excited by conflict, which is like the idea of like somebody who's pushing back against you, someone who's like trying to like digging in and trying to like prove their point. It makes me like get excited to kind of, not like excited in a I don't know way, but excited in like a mental way of like, oh, this is interesting. Let's see who's right. Let's see how we can battle this out and see who can make it make it go home, you know, or see it through. Whose position is the strongest, I guess. But I don't think that's not necessarily Nagatoro. I think that if I put myself in this position as the main character, though, it would either be enemies or whatever. I feel like I'd constantly I'd fight back. I'd want to have like that conflict of like a push and pull, and not just like a push. You finally stop becoming a pussy, and you push back just once, and then she's in love with you, and it's weird. Anyways, also, is this by the same creators that made Spellblade? Or Gauntlet? Is that what it's called? Gauntlet? Spell something. There's like a weird game with gauntlets, and it looks very similar to this. Are you an Amazonian enjoyer, gang? Cat and Lone? Or nah? Oh, it says, Grin, what are your thoughts on people who are into backs? Gang, I'll be honest, this is like the one time, because I'm sick right now, and I'll tell you most things. Just as I mentioned the whole feet thing, most things, except, you know, some of the like really haywire shit, I could conceive, like, if you put a gun to my head and said like, hey, you have to find a way to make this, like, to get into this, so long as it's not weird shit that's illegal. Thankfully, those things are very loud. That's no dice. But yes, most things to me, I'm like, I could see, given the context, maybe you're like doing doggy, some weird shit, and then like, yeah, the person has like really nice skin or something like that, and you're like, this is like a psychopath, like a serial killer, nice skin. But point is yeah, like for most things, I'm never. Maybe it's because I have like a natural capacity to want to understand others, but to me, I'm like, yeah, I could think of, if I really had to think of in a circumstance where like feed on your giblets could be provocative, you know what I mean? So long as it wasn't the only thing, you know? Same thing as like back. I'm like, I could see context of like, you know, you going ape shit, dog style, whatever it be, and then like a fucking like a also because I think it's a problem. I have like a storyteller's brain, so like I'm thinking of like an image of like light streaming in, and you seeing like the illumination on the back, and like you seeing the divot of the spine. And if she had just a little bit of strength, like she had a strong air back a little bit, not like crazy muscularity, but just some sort of like form, and you're like, damn, man, you know what I mean? Like I feel like that could make some sense. But that's my like secret weapon, is that most people I think look awesome and attractive, and I could think of ways to make them more attractive and whatever for me. And most things that people are into, I could tap into aspects of that. I usually can't go full bore. And there's always the stuff that like we talked about, which is like abrasion.
Lone Syndicate said GRINN should be Rule 34 writer.
No, I shouldn't. Absolutely shouldn't. I do think that could be fun though, Lone. Because I'm getting so much into writing and shit right now. I do think I'm like, I feel like you could write some smutty nonsense and it hit. You know what I mean? Like all these people who are writing smutty nonsense, you're kind of like, I don't think you guys are very good at writing. You know what I mean? I'm not very good at writing either, but I should say that. But yes, but there's, you know how everyone has like every artist, when I think they're doing art, you have like some brain. You're not unaware of the circumstances around you, you know? So you're like, oh, I know that like these weird, like again, it's like one of like people think the highest, like the New York Times bestseller list and stuff like that is your mark of being like you selling a lot of books and shit like that, which isn't wrong, but it's not even, it's like a drop in the bucket for like total sales. If you look at like total sales given an author, it is dominated by the like woman's erotic novel scene. Like it's not even close, and it's wild, and it's everything from like horses. I don't even need to go on more of that, to like werewolves and like pirates and shit. It's all weird, hyper specific, and often like too much thing. You know, like kind of like 50 Shades of Grey is the best way to describe it too, or like that level of like, you want to get the fuck kicked out of you? I mean, to each their own, I guess, but damn, same shit. You know what I mean? But anyways, same like I'm seeing that. I'm like, have you ever had to try to make some money fast? It's almost like erotic novels is like the writer's equivalent of making furry art for an artist, I feel like, but maybe I'm wrong. Also, Cat says no Amazonian for me. You don't think like a toned body that's like healthy? Because that's weird to me. Like, to me, I think, like, maybe, like, not muscle mommy, which is, like, fucking jacked, like, giga jacked, like, where you can see, like, their biceps crater your own. I can see that being maybe, like, too much. But, like, I'm talking about, like, just somebody who looks, like, very fit and very healthy. That's not attractive to you? Like, wide, like, a big bum, wide bum, strong bum, etc. Wide hips, I guess. You could phrase it, too. That's not attractive. I feel like, like, genetically, I feel like that has to be something where, like, oh, if I was in like a tribal setting, a person that looks very healthy and very strong, not strong necessarily, but like really healthy, toned, etc., that to me signals a lot of good things, you know? Perhaps like more meat on the bones would probably be more valuable in like a survival setting, but no, because I think muscle orientation would be also valuable given the person base. It is complicated. But no, Cat says, no Amazonia for me. When I describe a small Asian woman, it comes with the trait. Love their eye shape, facial structure, body shape, high hair, and eye color, all that. So no height or muscle from it. That's true. Okay, again.
Lone Syndicate said, as long as the women ain't built like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I can deal with a bit of muscle.
Now, I'm about to say, I feel like that, again, there's certain like bodybuilder types where it's like, this is wild. Now, granted, I also think men who look like grotesquely like bulbous are also disgusting. So like, it's not just women. It's like, I think there's a level of muscularity where it becomes like, Jesus fucking Christ, you know, like fucking chill out. You look like you're gonna take like a fucking entire cow to feed you. Like the village is gonna kick you out just because there's too much to load, too much to handle. So yeah. But I was just saying, I think Cat's version of a woman, I think, is what a lot of people are. I know I've heard a lot of the same things from a lot of people, where it's like small Asian woman is essentially like the MO that I find attractive, which I feel like it probably plays into something like biological in your brain about like something like caring for something that's delicate and like what is the word? Caring for something that is like, it probably plays into your like animalistic tendency to be like, I want to protect like children, I want to protect these people, I want to like kind of nurture something that is delicate. I don't know, so it makes sense that Cat is like, if we were in a tribe setting, Cat would be that guy who's like, I want to protect these kids, I want to protect these like smaller and frailer people. I don't know what happened to me or Lone to where we're like the fucking Amazonian chick who just killed 7 fucking cows, or bulls, I should say, not bulls, let's say boar. Ha! Ha! Protect me! Protect me! Cat says, soft and delicate for me with a little bit of squish. Little bit of squish. Cat says, women read Haruda much more than men watch it. I feel I've seen it being read. Yeah, man. Well, it's also like, people talk about it, but it's like almost like, just like men with Haruda, you almost become desensitized to it, but I don't think it's as bad as being desensitized to it in a novel, because there's like a weird thing where like when you're reading a novel, you're weirdly like putting yourself into this situation in which you're trying to find out whether it's like the foundation of storytelling and reading. But like every story that you listen to and that you engage with, to some extent, you put yourself in that position to try to understand how you would react in that situation. So the whole reason why stories, whenever we're told stories, has like a neurological benefit of like zapping on like 20 neurons in our brain.
Lone Syndicate said, give me a woman who can rock the sword and shield even better than I can.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, I'm doing that. I'm doing like this fun storytelling, writing stuff that I'm enjoying. I still have gotten to the point, like when I was suffering last night, like tossing and turning, couldn't go to sleep, and I kept shivering and all that kind of bad cold stuff. I had a lot of time to think, because it's like, you don't realize how fucking long the night is when you're not sleeping. But yeah, I started thinking, I'm like, I told you guys about the premise of the story I was working on and all that stuff. And I like the idea of the main character like throwing away 2 traits, like 2 RNG traits for basically like the hand-me-downs, or like the thrown away soul of people who were going to go into that world but then never got a chance to. Yada yada yada. Basically, the main character gets another person to go in to like connect to or like bind to, so that they're like kind of pulled together irrespective of where they are on the planet. Anyways. The thing I'm struggling with is I don't know, like I like the idea of like in every MMO, in every end game, in every like build creating anything, the most important thing ever is gear. So like having a badass Forge Maiden who's awesome, I like that one. Like I'm locked into that idea. But the second character, I'm kind of tossed up between, do I want, to me it makes sense that the other most valuable thing that you can have, especially if you're thinking long term, is like a merchant, like someone who could just make you a fuck ton of money. But I also am very tempted to make like a fucking badass orc shield maiden or some crazy shit, because I seen a fucking Dragon Zombi video this morning, and I was like, I remember that fucking character, and it was so cool, it looked awesome, hot damn, you know. Anyway, so I'm kind of stuck in this weird thing. I'm like, should I do this? Should I do that? I'm not sure. Lone says, so as long as the women ain't built like Arnold, yeah, you're fine. I heard people compare it to Abby from The Last of Us. What does that mean? What does that mean? Lone says, I'm really not into the whole small women thing. I'm like, there's the thing that Fluff always shares whenever we talk about stuff like this when he's here, but it's basically like a weird meme, a cartoon video of a person basically being like, what kind of women do you like? And it's like, I like tall women, small women, big women, thick women, muscular women. Like, it's basically like, I like them all. I like them all, given the context is right. I like them all.
Batman 11,234 said Google Abby from The Last of Us on Google Images. Her build, I mean.
Oh, you know, I know Abby. Okay, so I just didn't know what you were talking about with Abby. So Abby to me is.
McFlufferkins said I like big girls.
There it is.
Witty girls.
Who's good
really
fluff?
Witty girls. Singing ditty girls. I like the leggy girls with the nice thighs. I like a good chest. No matter what size.
There it is. That's exactly the one. I was gonna say so for the Abby to me, Abby I thought was supposed to be like transgender if I'm not mistaken. But I also thought that like, I mean, as much as people were giving shit to Abby had like her build is like genuine strength, which I always I don't like The Last of Us 2 because of the story weirdness and just Abby, like the writing I thought was really bad about like, here's the character that we're gonna make you hate and then we try to make you empathize with them, but it's gonna fall on its face. Anyways. But Abby was always like genuinely, like I appreciated the fact that they made a person who looked genuinely strong. Like again, it's always weird when you see a barbarian who has like peaks and valleys when it comes to like the curve of their bicep and shit, because it's just not the style of how your body actually grows. Like if you look at Romans or like, what's it called, Spartans and shit like that, your bone, you're like when you're doing sword shit or like picking up rocks and like dumping them, or like body weight exercises, etc., your body grows like symmetrical basically. So like your whole body grows at the same frequency as other things. The reason why you get bulbs, like giant muscular stuff, is usually because you're hypertensioning one aspect of your muscle, creating like a lump essentially. But to me, I always appreciate that with Abby, where she actually looked like she was like, no, she looks like she's a like proper strong. Like if you were ever like the kind of person that was like pulling yourself up ledges and shit, she looks like she's that person. You know what I mean? I'm not defending Abby, by the way. Just saying her build actually looked appropriate for her, like what the hell whole survival thing entailed. Give me a woman that can rock a shield. You guys are the meme from Cowboy Bebop that say, I love a woman who can just kill me. I don't know if kill me. I think it's, if I were to be honest with it, I think it's partly about, like, again, there's something attractive to me first. Like, again, if you guys were with one of the things that always irks me a little bit is when it comes to being in a relationship with, or having observed people in relationships.
Said I like the belly folds. I like the six packs. Really tall queens. And the short stacks. From the mild girls to the wild girls. You got style, girls. Make 'em riled, girls. I dunno. I like girls.
That's the whole premise. Basically, just a bunch of people who are enjoyer of women, etc. But what I was gonna say was, I think imagine, like, it always kind of irks me, and maybe it shouldn't because it's kind of judgy, and I'm sorry if it's the case, but it always irks me when I see like a couple who is together and they look great and look fine, and then as soon as they get married, fast forward like 2 years, and one of the partners is like morbidly obese. And to me, it's not like a judgment on fat people, or like maybe they're smoking cigarettes. All of these things would detonate the same thing in my brain that is like, it's just bad. Like it signals that like, oh, now that I have you locked down, I'm going to destroy like the stability and the structure that we have for the future. It's just a bad idea. Like to me, it signals that like, it's scary. It's a scary thought that like the person that you basically locked in to like have maybe start a family with, maybe be together with for as long as possible, take care of. Then you immediately, like, you're detonating your whole body and becoming as unhealthy as possible. Like, there's something in my head that signals, like, that's not good. Like, that's scary almost. Because, like, if anything, when you're with someone and you're, like, showing up to see that person constantly, you think that you'd want to be better, healthier, stronger for them, you know? And not be like, well, you're stuck with me, so get fucked, you know? So I think speaking to the whole, like, fit woman being attractive, I think it speaks to that of like, oh, if I were to be generous to myself, I think I'm attracted to health. So when somebody, it doesn't even have to be like jacked. It just has to be like someone who takes care of their themselves, and all those things. It's so hot, so hot. Get my heat flash again. Oh God, Fluff, not the whole copy pasta. A working muscle versus, yeah, exactly. Working muscle versus bodybuilding muscle. Yeah, and I think Abby was one of the first ones who actually genuinely had like a shocking amount of actual. Like, oh, that's how your actual body grows in size via doing true strength technique, working out, stuff like that. Like, her bicep wasn't bulbous at all. It was just like her whole fucking bicep was just huge. Like, the whole circumference of it was just dense. It's like when you see a large farm boy deadlift more than gym bros. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad that your addition, Fluff. I was gonna say, Fluff, are you excited for the new Yakuza pirate game? Which I don't know if it's an isekai or if it's just like, hey, we just wanted, like, you're at a pirate theme park or something. I don't know, but it looks wild. Also, congratulations, Fluff, for getting your goddamn character. That's amazing. 10 pull to the stars and back. Oh, dude. I don't know why, but I've had 2 Tylenol. And I've had a nighttime Neocitrin. I am not tired at all. I did have a little bit of coffee, but even before that, I was still... Oh, my throat. Copy pasta aside, I don't really have heavy preferences. When it comes to women, I find more attractive excess muscle, fat, or extremes lacking of tend to be off-putting. But I'm not super fit. Yeah, I say yeah. I think the extremes probably are too much for a lot of us. Like, a person with a little bit of muscle, awesome. Person with a little bit more weight on them, awesome. But the extremes probably are too much. That's where it gets into like a... It seems like a very deep cut. A very specific thing. Also, what was I going to say? Also, gang, I might be making a very unreasonable purchase soon. It might be the first thing that I've ever bought that is entirely too much. But I've went so far down the rabbit hole that it got me. It's that fucking joystick laptop thing. Yeah, it's that stupid keyboard thing, which is not stupid. I really like it. But it's so expensive, and I will never tell you guys how much it is. Please don't go find it and then tell people how much it is. It just sucks that it's Canadian, as US to Canadian, but dude, painful. It is... I was talking to my family about it, because I always go to them for reassurance of, like, even though I'm my own grown-ass man self and I can make my own damn decisions, I still like to kind of, like, gauge people. Just like, am I stupid? I might be being dumb. And luckily, maybe not luckily, maybe not luckily, what do you call it? My mom made a good point. My mom basically was like, I mean, I would consider it to be not a good idea if you didn't use your keyboard all the fucking time, like every day, all the time. It's kind of like buying a PC. It's like, if there was anything to overspend on, it'd probably be the thing that you use 90% of the day. Same thing if you like drive a ton. I'm not gonna be shocked if you get a decent car, you know? And then that made me think about, like, yeah, I mean, my mouse is like maybe $40. My keyboard was, I think, $70 that I got right now. It was on sale. And I'm like, yeah, it wouldn't hurt, I guess, to buy. It's just convincing yourself. I'm gonna look into the price after. Don't look at the price. Don't look at the price. I mean, for you, no, it's still expensive even to you guys, even for Americans. But for me, it's extra bad, because, like, yes, Canadian prices. It's always like, oh, that's a lot of money, and then you look at the Canadian price, and you're like, Love says feet, armpit, etc. I don't find them repulsive, but I also don't fantasize about them. It's also part of the body, so tastefully sexualized, or it's fine in my book. Yeah. I'm yeah. Again, I'm into most things as far as, like, I could get into this. Is this going to be the highlight of my thing? No, probably not, but I accept the challenge of getting into this. Cat says there's also like a line for that. For me, we start with poop. Yuck. A big no. Big no. Can't get into that, but most other things that are like weird, but not too weird. Sure. Cat says, you don't have to justify it to us, Grin. I figured you'd do you, man. Yeah, Cat, it's just I keep going back and forth in my head about, like, I don't know why, man, but I get really weird with money. Like, and I'm Cat, man. I read this book. I thought it'd be good if anyone else wanted to read it. It's a really fun, not fun, I should say. It's a really interesting book about finance, essentially, which I never thought would be good. But it's called The Richest Man in Babylon is what it's called. And I read it, and it's funny because it's basically the idea of the book. I'm not sure if it's true, but it's basically like old stories from like this city that once lived, which was basically about like how to make profit, how to grow business, how to be okay when it comes to financial success. And it talks about how, like, you should save your money, then you should put it to work for you, and all these kinds of things. But the whole time thinking about it, to me, it made me think about, like, I have a really weird sense with money, where, like, I just don't like spending it ever, ever. And there's like an amount which I find to be okay. Like, maybe just because for buying games for so long, like spending $60 is like a reasonable thing for me. Spending anywhere beyond $60 is immediately where I start going, is this worth? This might be not. This is stupid, And then I think everyone has those things where like you're okay with spending money on stuff, but then there's other things where like I'm not comfortable with this. I'm spending too much money, But I do find like because I don't tend to get myself things in that way, I almost look to others to justify it for me a little bit. Like, I need reassurance to buy things for myself. It doesn't feel that way when it comes to like buying gifts for people though, or something like that. That feels normal, not normal, but like not difficult, I guess. But yeah, I don't know how to fix that part. Nor I think it's maybe the part we don't want to fix, because it's probably a not bad part of your brain to be like, yeah, we should probably not be gluttonous and not spend less. And save a little bit more and all that stuff. But then there's things where it's like, oh, if you're going to use this thing every fucking day, then maybe it's not that bad. I do think it's enough money to where it's getting to be that bad. It's just on that lip. I'm kind of seeing if I can wait to get a discount, but it sucks because there's like a pre-order. And then when the pre-order ends, it gets more expensive essentially. So if there's like a bonus for pre-ordering it now, you'll save a little bit of money. And to me, I'm like, if I can get a 20% discount and I have the pre-order to like decrease in price, it's still a fuck ton of money, but at least it's something that I can like. It's still too much money, but I want it. It's a bad. I have like a very obsessive personality, so like for me, I keep watching videos about it, and I'm like, it seems so clever and cool. Oh, it's also hilarious because I think like the test case is like mainly people who like code. I also think that writing makes sense, like people who like are like novelists, because it just lets you like rip out words really quickly. But ladies and gentlemen, to my utter surprise, we did give or take 2 hours. Not quite, but almost 10 minutes, give or take, away from 2 hours. But that was a stream while I was severely sick. This is the most sick I've been in probably 4 years. So much so that I was like bedridden to some extent, and I didn't get any sleep last night, and I've been just numbing myself to bits just to be able to manage.
McFlufferkin said all things in moderation, but finding the best bang for your buck when you know it's something you'll use for a long time, it's worthwhile.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, I think it's probably, again, like if I were to rationalize something going forward to like make it so that I feel better about it, I'll probably be like, well, so long as you're going to use the shit out of something, I don't think it's bad to buy the thing that is going to be the best for you, given you use it a lot. If you don't use it a lot, then yeah, maybe it's something that you're buying. Like I bought this keyboard, which I still hope to like learn, but I'm starting to I'll be honest with myself about like, you didn't have enough time to even play video games. Who the fuck thinks you have enough time to fucking learn how to play the piano, asshole? Why did you spend $300 on this thing? I mean, yeah. But hey, everyone has like a goal. You get bored and you want to buy something. But yeah. Kat says, Grin, you're like me in that regard. If I'm into something, I constantly watch videos. Yeah, man, exactly. I also, like, again, I told you guys this, but I'm really susceptible to like a really good solution. So like, sometimes there's things that just look really cool. Like I find, thankfully, I'm not that. I'm not like, if some people like really like RGB keyboards and shit like that, and they just love like the look of something. They like the sound of like creamy keys, they call them. So like when they're typing or on like tapping on the keyboard, it just sounds immaculate. Some people are really into those things, like aesthetics, and I've always found myself to not care as much about that, and instead to care a lot more about the function of something. So again, I'm going down the rabbit hole daily about how much sense this weird fucking joystick typing makes. And it just sounds insane. I also think it wouldn't be terrible to make a video about like the progress, 'cause I think that'd be fun, just like a video for me almost, just to like be like day 1 of using this keyboard, month 2, month 3. And then also I want to like kind of cap off, like, because I tend to be very positive about things, so I wanted to kind of cap off that video if I ever did make it, with basically like, yeah, I like this thing, I'm using it a lot, probably, hopefully that's the outcome. But the tagline of this product is basically trying to get every single person in the world to type at the same speed of thought. That's our kind of like mantra. Is another video where we where we keep making daily videos until the whole of the earth can type at the speed of thought. Jesus Christ. And to me, I kind of want to be like, if this is your like mantra for your product, there should be a smaller buy-in that's not like as expensive, I suppose. And yeah, that'd probably be the outcome that I end up going with. But yeah. Cat says, have a good night, my sick friends. Next stream, I'll fund your keyboard because I get paid. No, it's okay, Cat. You don't have to worry about me in that way, but appreciate that. But I'm okay, buddy. Take care of you. Make sure you buy that girl instead. That you're going on a date with something nice. Ooh. Also, good luck, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, also the reason why we streamed today, despite my back being soaked in sweat and I look disgusting, I haven't shaved and all that stuff, is because I wasn't sure if I was going to get better or worse. So I wanted to make sure, like, at least when I was kind of okay, I could have got one stream in today. But we'll see. If tomorrow goes good, we'll probably, honestly...
Catman 11,234 said, I had said kidding, you silly dude.
Oh, kidding. Oh, I see. Sorry. I didn't catch that bit. But anyways, I was going to say... I this week, because I got so sick, usually I plan stuff on Wednesday of like what we're gonna do for our streams. I have not planned anything, so it probably will be us just like oscillating and surviving in Withering Waves and Zenless until we can find something to do. Or that will probably be this week's streams. Forgive me, I wanted to have like something we could actually do, but I didn't plan on getting this fucking sick. So hopefully you guys can forgive me for that, for these streams kind of being a little what we've already had essentially, which is fine, especially considering Zenless has so many events going on. Same with Withering Waves, and there's endless things to upgrade in that game. So, but yes, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully I can see you once again. Thank you kindly for your time. I hope business will be as usual, and tomorrow I'll wake up feeling like $100. Really hope I do. I'll try to get as much rest as possible so that I can stream tomorrow and say hi to all of you lovely people. Thank you so much for putting up with me looking sweaty, gross, and bitching constantly, and yelling about how I'm covered in sweat and how I hate it. Very much love, and hopefully I can see you once again.
McFlufferkin said, great stream. Hope for a swift recovery, Grin.
Thanks,
y'all
gang.
have a good evening until next stream.
I appreciate that immensely. Appreciate you guys' well wishes. Bye for now.